partner.
Before you were in your mother's womb.
It's waiting for you.
It's going to be by purpose, not by preference.
Yeah,
exactly.
And you can deny.
Paulina, you better breathe.
You can deny. This might not land. This one I'm preaching.
Go ahead, let's reach for the stars. Let us
Go ahead.
Reach for the stars. Break it down. I don't really get the point of it. Why was it done again?
Sometimes in life you just have to make a decision.
Yeah.
And God will lead you back to where you need to be.
You know, especially in the spiritual world, they know who you are and you don't even know, so you are attacked.
What we're thinking of Ariel, the new cut.
Love it!
Hello my darling angels. Paulina here, and I am back with another video. Today I have my friend Naomi. Hello, and I have my friend Chiamaka. And we're here, and we literally, today is Saturday, 21st July, and we all came back from watching The Lion King. Yeah. And we were just, you know, talking, and we just had so many ideas that came up. And we just thought we'd review it and do just like our interpretation of the movie being older. Just having watched the, you know, the original version. It was born before Chiamaka and I. It was made before Chiamaka and I were born. Can you believe that?
It was
94. It was 94?
Yeah, it was 94.
I was 1 year old.
What is also Naomi? You know, she's a veteran out here. So, wow. we got the levels to the wisdom. You know.
Don't be hurt.
But you know, we're all Christian girls, and we all have very deep relationships with God, and that's one of the things that I've wanted to introduce to my channel. So I thought this would be an amazing way, because when we were watching it, I was like, Naomi, did you catch that? Did you catch that? And I just thought we'd give our interpretation of it. So yeah. Also, let me just tell you, Naomi and Chiamaka will be creating, have created.
Don't throw it out there yet. Don't throw it out there yet. Come easy on me. Come easy on me.
Yeah, see? We're going to put Naomi's name here. What's your name? What's yours? Is YouTube name?
Touch of Heaven.
Touch.
That's the first time I've said it.
Touch of Heaven, so it's out there.
Yeah,
it's out there, so it's official.
Chiamaka, take notes.
I already did my YouTube channel and everything.
Touch of Heaven.
It's
not like a coincidence that we're talking about it today. Okay, so we're going to put it there. Let's just go straight into it.
Yep.
Opening scene. Imagine we don't have anything. I'm gonna try to put this.
Yeah, honestly, opening scene. Like, what was it? Oh, it was like when Simba was born.
When Simba was born.
And they did the reveal. Yeah. You had a good interpretation of that.
I saw the clouds open, so I felt like there were a lot of biblical references, not necessarily scriptures, but I'm just talking about general overall stories that we know from childhood or just from our own learnings. And I thought that at the beginning, the symbolism of the gates of heaven opening. When Simba was born, I felt like the light was directed. When the monkey, the crazy monkey, the monkey, what's his name, Rafiki. But who's Rafiki?
Remember in the Bible when John the Baptist was like announcing the son? I don't know what verse, I don't know where it is. But then they were announcing,
the gates of heaven opened up, and they said,
the baptism and stuff like that.
Yeah, this is my son, my beloved son, whatever.
So I get the crazy monkey.
It just makes sense though. Like you don't need to even worry about it.
I feel like that's what that was. So that was my first one. So we're just gonna put number one there.
Yeah,
number one.
I guess the second one was.
The birthright.
Yeah.
When Simba was born, he had an automatic birthright, and I'm hoping at one point we can all get back together and talk about testimony, talk about how we've grown to be spiritual individuals. But I feel like when Simba was born, and disclaimer, this might seem like we're reaching.
I'm just gonna be honest. I didn't really see it at first, but when they started talking about it, and then I started to see it, I was like, okay, actually, this thing actually, you know, together, one, two.
Absolutely. So we had watched it. Chiamaka and I watched it maybe 3 weeks ago. The original one,
and we watched it last week with
the rest of the game.
With the game.
We did nothing. When I tell you we didn't say anything, we watched the movie from left to right. There was nothing.
There was nothing at all.
But this visual,
I think there was something about the
virtual reality. You know, it's so real. I think that's like, you know what it was. And I thought it was so weird that these animals are talking like with our lips.
They were good with that.
Really real.
They were good.
It
with
was
that. The graphics and everything was.
I was impressed.
I think Vicky was the one that looked the real, like the most real.
All of them, like they look real.
Oh, the monkey.
How would they do that? Like,
I like the cubs, everything, the hair.
They're so cute.
Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah.
They looked.
That's actually how the animals look in real life.
Yeah,
Yes, with the hair thing.
Yeah.
And when it came on the screen, I was like, okay. Oh, this is looking like a mouse or something.
I wanted just to put a disclaimer, like this is like
This is us, basically.
this is live
It's our own
conversation.
perception.
Yeah.
It's coming live. We literally just watched it an hour ago. Like this is not this is a thing that we've just felt. So I felt like when Simba was born, like it was his natural birthright. Like I think God, it was 400 years after the Old Testament. He birthed. I think it was 400.
It doesn't matter, Pete.
He birthed. Jesus was born, or
Yeah.
Jesus was placed into Mary's womb. Like that's when we first knew that God had sent His only Son down to save us from our sins.
Yeah.
So Jesus was to lay His life for us. But I feel like that's when Simba was born. Like it was a coming of a new era, and I felt like his birthright from the beginning, he was going to be the king.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like you may be the king. It was like automatically,
of course.
you will be the king. So that was number two.
And I feel like that now goes into what I had from the movie, which was so basically Simba left his land, I guess, to go because he was like ashamed. He was ashamed that it was about like that he thought he killed his father and whatever. And so he left. And the thing is, he had to realize who he was again, to go back into the destiny that was already there for him. The thing with that is, I think that like with God, you know, there's a certain destiny that's for us. There's something that we need to do for Him, and that has our name on it, and nobody else can do for us.
Exactly. That's your thing.
Yeah, but I think that like Simba, your purpose has to do with other people as well. Other people are connected to your purpose, and so you see how people were suffering, waiting for Simba to come back.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't even know he was coming back anyway. But people were suffering, waiting for him to actually realize. Well, you know, like who he was to come back and fight. So I think with God, I think with God it's the same thing, right? It's like sometimes He wants us to realize, like, okay, you are this person,
you are this person, and
so you get together.
Yeah, sometimes as much as you're like in this case the wilderness, where you know when he left home and he was on the other side, He puts like certain people in your life that are meant to, you know, it's for
stumble across life.
Coincidental. Yes, sometimes you know,
and they save you. He was going to die.
He was going to die because the thing is sometimes
when vultures came to kill him, but to run him out of nowhere,
just
saved him.
I feel like sometimes we have the perfect thing in our mind. Okay, we plan for the type of people we want to be. We try to network. We've planned our like networking style and everything that we want to do and all that kind of thing. But I've noticed this thing in my life personally that it's always the people that I stumble across, like I stumble upon, that are always
just
the best people.
That rock
just
your
people,
world.
exactly. People, the most random people, those are the best at the end of the day.
Absolutely, and I think there was one thing that I want to talk about. You said timing. Timing is a big thing because there's a story of when I think Lazarus
definitely passed away.
Lazarus passed away and sent a messenger. Sent a messenger for Jesus. Jesus was away. Sent a messenger for Jesus and was like, he's dying.
My son is dying.
And it took Jesus 4 days. So
to get there. By the way, historically, Jesus didn't leave directly. He took his time to leave, which also has this significance.
Which I'm saying. So she sent for him a messenger. The messenger had to walk from here to Timbuktu. Like it wasn't like I'm sending you an SMS.
I know, right?
And to go. So basically, the messenger walked for days. Met Jesus, and Jesus, homeboy is dying. You love this one. Let's do something about it.
And I think Jesus said like 3 days to leave.
Jesus said okay.
Yeah, Jesus said okay, but I feel like at that point it was like I hear you, but chill. You know,
it didn't even be chill. Jesus said okay,
I hear you, but you know, indirectly he was just like chill, and then he was just doing his own thing, taking his time.
That wasn't
and homeboy is dying. You know,
and don't forget that these are people that actually took care of Jesus. So obviously that's why they felt comfortable to be like, excuse me, sir. Like,
yes, it's
come to that thing that you do.
Excuse me, sir.
Come to that thing once again that you tend to do out here. So basically, what happens? Day one, Jesus hears And mind you, they already know that Jesus loves them.
Yeah.
So Jesus goes, I hear you.
Yeah.
Go
And
back
Jesus
to their merry
literally
way.
just stays there.
Day 1, Jesus does nothing. Day 2, still nothing.
I think it was on day 3, right?
The messenger is now back to where they were. He was dead by the time.
Yeah, he was dead.
And apparently in their tradition, they actually they give the body 3 days for the spirit to ascend.
Yeah.
So we don't have the 3-day ceremony. Like he's not coming. So basically, what happened was we don't know that Jesus is on his way.
Yeah.
So by day 3, Jesus was actually walking.
Yeah.
He was coming, but we didn't actually know. So we thought he was like,
everything is
past, he's not coming, and whatever. Day 4 came, Jesus arrived and basically said to the lady, like, you know, do you believe that Lazarus
Yeah, he said
is
like,
resurrected?
no, he said, where is Lazarus?
Oh.
I think something like that. And I think the mom was, because I watched a preaching on this.
Yeah, so did I.
So yeah.
We're gonna go back to the
So the pastor explained that it was like, you know, imagine Lazarus, like, I would be like, excuse me, sir. He's dead. He's been dead, so you need to get it together.
But he questioned the belief. He was like, do you believe that this will happen? She's like, yeah, we all know that eventually we're going to ascend into heaven and meet God. We're going to go, like, we get it.
Yeah.
He's like,
and then,
do you realize that I'm the resurrection?
Yeah, you realize who's in front of you.
Like, do you realize that I'm
do you remember when he said, oh, he's not dead? And then it was like, what do you mean he's dead? His body sound is like, you know.
Yeah, he was already
It was like he's not dead, he's just asleep.
And then at the end of the story, what he said was he said Lazarus rise, or Lazarus
walk or something.
Something like that. He called him, like, by the 4th day, Lazarus was walking. The whole point of the matter is, I think, the timing aspect of, we don't know when Jesus is walking to life and about to perform a miracle in our life.
Yeah.
We didn't know what was going to happen to Simba. We knew that in God's timing things would correct. So when Nala came, she said to him,
it was more like Hakuna Matata.
Yeah. Which you should be, because that's why we wrestle with God, by the way.
I know. But it's not that easy.
Timing.
I mean, it's not that easy. It's not really easy to just stay.
No, it's very. I think it's very hard to
like that's the hardest thing.
Because sometimes you also just don't understand. Like, I know that I'm like, I have seasons of waiting all the time, where God is always testing my patience. And it's like, sometimes I'm just like, okay, sir, like.
And I think it's for.
I'm tired.
I think it's for the purpose, though.
Yeah, it is, and it always serves, but for real, like, it's not easy.
It always serves.
Waiting is the hardest.
Waiting is the hardest.
Yes.
And I heard someone say, when you think it's too late, God is right on time.
Yeah. So with Scar, I guess what the thing with Scar would be, it would be that, you know, just like Scar, sometimes we have a tendency. Yeah, we have a tendency to like. It can be the devil, but it can also be you. It could be your thoughts. It could be people around you.
Yeah,
we have a tendency
the
to just we're not paying attention, and these people are getting into our heads, and they're making us do things that we shouldn't be doing, or that we wouldn't even do usually.
Yeah.
But because we're not on our guard, we're just, you know, just like Simba. Like, obviously Scar was not the best person to listen to, but Simba is consistent, like constantly listening to Scar.
And sometimes sometimes it also comes in the form of some people close to you too.
The was once I think he was quite close.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was like his right hand man.
You know,
it was like the the head of the choruses or something, because
he was literally So this is not unfamiliar territory. So basically, we're talking about Scar is the devil.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, he kept leading
I think that's
the tiny from the beginning when he said the elephant.
Envious.
Yeah, so the tiny. The words in your ear, trying to make you trying to whisper, like, okay, do this.
Actually, making you shift your focus.
Exactly.
Shift louder. Shift focus.
Yeah. You're shifting your focus because you're listening. And you don't even notice that you're listening, which is worse. You know what I mean?
And you trust him because it seems good. Oh,
it's from a trustworthy source. In your opinion.
In your opinion.
Yeah, it's just like the.
Which lacks wisdom as well, because. Which lacked wisdom as well, because Simba should have seen, my dad doesn't hang out with him, nobody hangs out with him, why am I still listening to this person, you know? Like, I think sometimes, it's very important. It's important to pay attention to who we're listening to, because if nobody's listening to this person, maybe you shouldn't listen to this person.
Yeah, but you know, also, as, like, if
that's
as human, like, sometimes you tend to see the good in people.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's
you're like,
obviously-
okay, you know what? I would be the one to change this person. Or I would be the one to, you know, give this person a second chance.
Yeah.
And
But it's being of this world. It's simple as that. There are so many amazing things that you could see when you're of this world.
true.
I can have drugs, I can have sex, I can have.
That's why I always say the devil blesses you as well, you know?
The devil can bless you with so many things.
It's just really negative.
It's very temporary.
It will destroy you, but
very
it
temporary
will be
stuff.
blessing.
He seemed to have been beneficial to Simba's journey. You're going to take me somewhere where no one wants to take me. Wow.
Exactly.
I can't believe that I can do that. You're going to do that for me.
Yeah.
You see me and my ball. You want to help me. Like he's not seeing him as an evil person. It's this person is trying to
like exactly. See you as like, you know, this person I want to become. You're trying to help me get there.
Yeah.
But you know, he's not actually taking you through that process that you need to actually go through.
You need to go through the process.
And sometimes, and I think that devil like
very
back to God as well.
Yeah.
God sometimes makes you go really slow, and it's really tempting to take that
Shortcuts.
other route.
The shortcuts.
It's
Guys, we were back. We had some people come in, so we were just talking for a little bit.
we're talking about the fact that, you know, God will give you will make you go slowly in life, but then
the process.
The process, because He knows what will break you and what will take you away from Him and what will all of that. When the devil's showing you a path where it's like you'll get it directly, but it will break you, it will destroy you, it will, you know what I mean? We just don't see it, but
one thing as Christians we need to understand completely is the devil is not an equal opposite of God.
yeah,
God is the only person that knows your heart. He created you in the womb.
absolutely.
It says that in Psalms 139. He knows you from the day you rise, from the time you lay your head, the words you speak before you say. He knows every living part of you.
Absolutely.
So he already allows the devil, he already knows what the devil's going to do. And he allows you because he's already, we were talking about this in the car on the way home. God has instilled, like, it's like in life we are stretched. Think of ourselves as elastic bands. So we are all elastic bands. We have been created the same. We look like elastic bands. We're humans. We're all powerful, strong black women. However, we have different stretching capacities. I have been through something, you have been something, you have been something. It's opposite. But the ability to, the capacity in order that God has instilled in us to be stretched through our resilience, through our our life, so our life experiences that have completely. Some elastic bands break because they can't. They get to a certain place and they cannot be stretched any further, and they break because we see that all the time. And it could have even been one of us, but it's the capacity in which God has instilled in us, and He knows what He allows. So when so everything that happens in life, just know that God says, okay, this is He will go through. You have the ability to understand heartbreak. You have the ability to understand. This is just examples. Pain through loss. I may be
to go through it and to survive it and to rise back up. He knows all of that.
You were meant to.
But I think all that to go back to like what we were saying
to
the scene. I think the scene. So we were talking about the scene where Scar keeps telling tells Simba. He keeps telling Simba these things that he wants. And he's showing him how to get it now, and his father is telling him, wait, because you're gonna get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that was the scene, right?
Yeah, it's like those voices of, you know, the things that are going to get you to do the wrong things.
The wrong thing.
Yeah, and he knows that at that point in Simba's life, he's very vulnerable. You know?
Yeah, because he wants something and he's not getting it.
Exactly.
And that happens to all of us, I think, all the time.
Exactly. Mufasa, his father, then was, you know, trying to let him go through the process. You know, teach him stuff like you need to go through this to come out at the other side stronger, and you know
the process,
the person you need to be king. But Scar obviously is just, you know,
he's not even king, but he's giving. How many people give you advice in life and they're not taking it, but they don't even live the advice? You trying to teach me how to be king, but it happens all you are never going to be king.
It happens all the time. It was stripped. Like
you were
the word at that point is crap, but then it's.
I believe you. I listen to you. I do what you tell. Like how many things have you done? That's such a fair point. How many people have you listened to?
I know, but then the selfish part in people comes out. You know, if you notice, most of the things that Scar was pushing him to do was to kind of fuel his own agenda.
Human flesh.
Yeah, his own human thing. And you know, he had his own agenda plan and the whole thing he needed to go.
And he was deceived. Because he had a blurry vision. That's what it means when you have God's wisdom.
Yeah.
Because you can see something. Just like as we watched the first creation of the Lion King, we didn't see much, but a lion cub who grew into a man who his father died, he became this, he got lost. But then now that we have godly wisdom, it's like actually I recognize that there is a spiritual growth that's happening here that comes with wisdom.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another thing that I wanted to mention was God will show you, God will show you little tastes of the blessing, but he also has to go back to the process. He'll take you there and then he'll take you back.
Important.
You feel like you're 3 steps back, but it's like it's a process.
Yeah,
I've shown you where you can be, but you need to get from A to B by going to A to Z, by going to B
Which is actually
to C to D.
Mufasa did by showing Simba like all the land that he would have. You know when they were on the plan, he's like,
I didn't even
this is everything.
before.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it now.
Yeah,
this is what you will get.
Yeah, you will get all of
this.
Wait. But wait.
Oh,
wait a second.
How many times has God done that to you? It's like, God, you just showed me the most amazing thing, and then it's like, yeah, but it's not your time. It's like,
yeah.
Or
going back to simply maybe you pray for something, and God is now giving you little things, but you're just like, but this is not what I wanted, and it's like, no, wait. I'm getting you there. Like, wait a second. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And even though his birthright, this might not land. This is what I'm preaching.
Go ahead. Let's reach for the stars. That is
Go ahead.
We're gonna reach for the stars. Break it down.
It's 1:52 a.m. but this time
we're starting to,
we'll just point anything out there.
Just talking like at this point, like let's
I feel like we have to go through different circumstances that can be close to what we're going through. So I feel like when Simba ran into Timon and Pumbaa, he went to a different territory, where he had to live differently. But he was still like, they still saw the lion as the ruler of the land. But it wasn't of that land, but I feel like it was a learning curve. Sometimes I'm going to make it, I'm going to bring my spiritual wisdom, I'm going to bring it to that. We were talking about sometimes in life you just have to make a decision. And God will lead you back to where you need to be.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you do in life. Like sometimes it's going to take a step in faith, and no matter what, God will always lead you to your purpose.
And it goes back to my thing. It's better to be open. It's better to be it's better to be open and risk it rather than be closed and miss what God wants for you or what God has for you. Because don't forget that each experience is something that God actually wanted for you, so you're gonna learn through that anyway. And I think also to go back to a little thing that you said when you said that the other people still recognize him as the lion, the king, it's because people will know who you are and you don't even know.
And you don't need to be anyone else but yourself.
You don't even know. And people will act like people will show you that they know, but you're just like, oh, you don't know, so you're just like. People know who you are and you don't even know, especially in the spiritual world. They know who you are and you don't even know, so you are attacked without even understanding why. But they know who you are, so
the one thing
get it together.
And the one thing I always I remember before when things would happen, and you just be like, why can't it go my way? I need it to be this way. Does it happen to you where you're asking God for something, and it's like specifically, you're like, I want.
Which is a good thing, by the way.
Exactly.
That's my life. Basically.
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing, but I learned as I grew. I just learned. Not that I'm old, but as I grew, I just learned that. I learned that sometimes it might not happen the way you want.
Never will.
It never happens the way you want. Actually, it's actually so. And most times it happens better. It happens better. Maybe the little things happen first.
It's bigger and better.
To teach you preparing for higher than my thing. Yeah.
His thoughts are higher than
my thoughts.
Yeah, because
you cannot comprehend his ways.
Because truly they are. They are. Our thoughts are just, the one of the world where it's like, oh, okay,
we see this and God sees
we see this small, we're in this small circle where we see this and we want this particular thing. Yeah. But we have a bigger picture.
Let me tell you, God, in order for God to work, we need to have faith. If we didn't have, if we could comprehend what God could do in our lives, then we would not have faith. But we have faith and we know that God can do things. Another thing is
in order for God to work have his will upon our life, he actually has to bypass our own human condition to get there. A lot of things happen in the Bible when people are asleep, because Eve was created when Adam was asleep. Because he didn't want us to just stop it up. Like, we used to be in the most idle state where you have no idea
what's happening.
I'm about to bring your life partner into life. He already knew that he was going to deceive him, but deceive me together. But as he was asleep, he had to bypass his human cognition to do something on his godly level. It doesn't happen our way.
Speaking of life partner, we didn't talk about Nala.
Everything she brought, listen.
And from birth. It was oh my God, that's such a good point. From birth, it was done. She and he were
going to be
marry
together and be married.
Your life partner,
before you were in your mother's womb,
is
going to be by purpose, not by preference.
Yeah,
exactly.
And you can deny.
You better breathe.
You can deny. You can deny it. You can rebuke it. But let me tell you, the one that God has intended for you, the day will come when you will meet.
Exactly.
But I want to say something.
Do not marry your boyfriend. Marry your life partner.
But I want to say, like Paulina said, it's going to be by purpose and
drop
not
that bomb on them. Just drop it. Drop the bomb. Drop one from the car. Just mind that, but just.
Wait, which one from the car? He who finds a wife finds a good thing. He receives favor from the Lord. Let's not forget the last part.
Tell him that now his journey towards him.
And I feel like it's funny because the only thing that really made him question who he was
when
Nala asked him, or when Nala confronted him about who he was, and there's a reason for that.
Sorry, did I get it wrong?
There's a reason.
You what?
No, that's what I mean. That's what she said.
Am I wrong? Like, I thought oh my bad. Like, I thought you were the king.
And that's how we do things.
That's how it works.
You just find those because you never see to like let it grow.
So I think that for real, like, there's a reason why he who finds a wife finds a good thing is because women are there for a reason, and you need to listen.
Oh my god.
No, but like, I just think that I think the whole movie was powerful. I think that there's so much to say about it. Like, it's crazy.
I'm sure, and I'm sure everybody has their own like interpretation.
But I'm also sure you're gonna hear this and you're gonna be like,
but this is our own version of Lion King. This is our own
view
of it, and perception of it.
And it comes. There's a point in time when you realize what your purpose is, and you just have to go. It's like green light.
Yeah, you don't have to tap it.
There will be nothing stopping you. You just gotta go, and there will be hurdles, and you will have to go back and heal the past events. Like Jacob and Esau, God had to literally demote himself to man and wrestle with God. How many of us have wrestled with God in our lives? Before I was saved, I've been wrestling with God. I'm sure we all have. And he had to whack us so far out of place in order for us to cling on to him.
Which is crazy.
But we have to go back and confront our past. It's not like you get to go into the promised land. No, we have to actually go back and address the things
and it goes on for a long time because we're still doing it. We're still doing it. We're still going back and saying, oh yeah, this happened. I have to confront this. What just happened?
Without past.
And another thing.
And it takes a while, so.
Yeah, another thing is never ever rule out like people in your life. Sometimes you see people and you're like, this one is not even my level. Like, this is in the corner. And you see people, it's like, this one is not even on my level. Like, what is that?
No. It's the fish.
Oh, the fish moon.
Can you land that one? Because I want to just piggyback off yours.
Okay, so basically you see people like, oh, this one is not on my level. This one is, what can this person offer me? What does this person have to offer? Now, do you remember when Simba saw the warthog and the wart? There's a pig. Was it a warthog?
He's a whore. Is he not a whore?
What is it?
Is it like Timon and Pumbaa?
Yeah.
He's a whore. He's worse than a pig. He's
Timon and Pumbaa. I don't know what species.
Timon is the small one and Pumbaa
is the bigger one. So he could have seen them and been like, oh, you're not even, like, what are you?
You know,
like, you have no like substantial thing you can offer me. So why would I even listen to you? You know, he could have just pulled back and just been like, no. But he didn't.
That's true.
So sometimes never ever look down on people. Like,
because you might be entertaining an angel without knowing.
Don't ever do it.
Angel. So I went to a conference, and one of the things, this is not me, I heard it from someone, but I've kept it with me. Like, sometimes our blessing, I want to make sure this is on. Sometimes our blessing is right here, like right here, next to us. But we don't have access to our blessing
because
we are closed-minded. But also, we need to understand, because it's coming from a spiritual point of view, as spiritual ambassadors of God, I don't need to just say I don't need to like you as in human form.
Yeah.
I don't need to be your friend as a human. But I need to honor the spiritual anointing that God has placed on your life. Yeah. And I have to celebrate you. Sure. It's actually a command.
That is exactly what
So you might annoy the...
out of me.
Yeah. Out of me.
But I have to honor you.
I swear, but today...
But I have to honor you.
But it is a command that I have to honor the spiritual anointing.
True.
Because I'm not of this world. I'm his child. I'm his spirit. I'm my soul.
And so are you.
Yeah, and so is that person. You are
your blessings come from the most unexpected places. You never, you know.
That's why you should be nice to everyone.
Be nice to everybody.
Talk to everyone.
Never look down on people.
Have you ever met? I'm sure we all have stories. Have you ever met an angel in someone? I met an angel in a homeless person.
Yeah.
I think I have once, and I regret it until this day because because I think God did it on purpose as well, so that I changed my attitude, and I did. One day I was like sitting with a friend of mine. It was like literally 10 years ago, and I was sitting down with a friend of mine, and this homeless guy came. I was eating M&Ms, and this homeless guy came and asked for M&Ms, and my friend at the time was just like, "No, just go away." Oh wow! And I remember seeing it was the first time that I looked at this guy in the eyes. And I felt something. Like, it was the weirdest thing. I felt something really strong. As if it's like, I should have done something, I should have said something. By the time I was just like, this is such a weird thing. I just ignored it because first of all, I'm not even like that. Like, I'm not even that intuitive. Like, you know what I mean? So I was just like, okay. And then a couple of years later, I thought, when I met Christ, when I really like accepted Christ, I thought about it again and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sure that was an angel. And till this day, you will not catch me talking like in a rude manner to to a homeless person or anything, because I swear, guys, these are real stuff. I will never do that again.
They will make you see like life differently. Sometimes when they talk, sometimes they might not sound like you might not understand what is coming out of their mouth at that point. But then
when you reflect,
it's like.
That was
there was something.
That was something. Yeah, there was a reason. Like, why did he say that?
The same man that cries to God, "Why have you forsaken me?"
I know.
Can deny another spiritual colleague. Yeah. That was a spiritual colleague of yours. Yeah. I'm not saying you did it, but the person denied that person. Yeah. But it's the same person that will be at night crying, "God, why have you forsaken me? I just want a car."
But that's what I was about to do. That's what I was about to do.
Yeah.
And God stopped me from doing that.
And then you cry.
Yeah, and then you
cry.
But
it's like, but you
know. Lord, I asked for this. And God is just looking at you like, baby girl, I've been doing it. Like,
I'm telling you. One thing that we forgot to say. Did we say the part that the characters, what each character played? From my interpretation, we felt like Mufasa represented a godly figure. Even when he said, when Rafiki took Simba to the water, and it's like, who do you see? Like, God, Jesus lives within us. God lives within us. The Holy Spirit lives within us.
He lives in you.
Do you know what I mean? So when he was looking at the water, and it was like he only saw himself, look deeper.
Look deeper.
Keep talking.
Direct
communication. Keep walking.
Keep saying. Keep.
All of a sudden he appears.
Keep meditating. Keep reading that Bible. Keep doing all of that.
Keep feeding your spiritual soul, and you will see him. So when he looked in the water and he saw Mufasa, I felt like he saw that glimmer of hope. He was given that this push. So I feel like Mufasa definitely represented a godly figure. Mind you, this is all metaphorically speaking. We're just kind of.
And another thing is actually like you remember when he looked in the water and he had to be still and calm and patient. So another thing is
be still and know,
you know,
that I am God.
Exactly. You need to calm. Sometimes we're so crowded by so many things.
Yes,
so it's like you need to be still and calm the turmoil that's in your body, in your mind. Sorry, and just listen. Like, you know what? Let me chill for a second. I know I have so many stuff going on. Let me just chill and see what I'm supposed to do or what is meant for me. You know,
what is meant for you.
Yeah. So I mean,
and then
and then Zazu, the bird, we said was like the Holy Spirit, because he's always over
navigator,
always helping, always
watching over you, guiding you,
speaking
the Holy
to you,
Spirit
speaking to you,
telling you no, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that.
Yeah, we do it anyway, but then he's there again to help you out of it. He's the one telling the person, look what this person did. Like, he's just here, there, and everywhere. The Holy Spirit is wherever.
Yeah. And thank the Lord for the Holy Spirit. I don't know what I was
Zazu.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So we talked about, now that was the wife. We talked about Simba. That's basically us then. I guess Simba is basically us, like anybody in the world.
Simba is the person.
I thought Simba was Jesus. Who was Jesus?
No, Simba is Jesus.
We're the ones that are newborn. The son of Simba was us.
Son.
No.
The people. No, us are the people at the end.
Okay, we can say like
we're the people where, you know, there wasn't so much suffering when the son hadn't come back. Hadn't come to like save them.
We forgot about it. They had a famine.
They had a huge famine, and they had food.
In some interpretation, Simba is us, but in other interpretation, he's Jesus.
But then Jesus was a man, was a human.
Yeah. I guess in any case, it's us, because he was a human for us, to represent us.
Also,
so regardless, it's Jesus and it's us. Okay, so.
And also, like when he went to the other land where he was eating witchy grub and whatever, like when he realized his purpose, and just like in the real world, like when you become saved by God, you actually become reborn. You're a new child of God. So when he went back to his land, he was like,
I think it's 2 Corinthians 5.
Drop it.
17. 2 Corinthians 5:17. Therefore, if anyone is a
disciples of the devil.
Therefore, if anyone is
hyenas. Sorry, I wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to shut off.
Yeah.
What was it?
The hyenas.
The hyenas. I think the devil can just come in so many
ways, I guess.
In abundance, in every corner.
Yeah, but I think it just shows that there's other people.
Everything.
It's not just one thing. It's going to be 5 different things that are going to try to make you fall. So stay woke.
So many different things. What was the 2 Corinthians?
2 Corinthians 5:17 says, therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come, the old has gone, the new is here.
I'll put it there. 110%.
Obviously, there's different versions. I can read, there's different versions, but basically saying that you're a new creation, that you're born again.
And another, if we're just dropping Bible verses, when Simba was looking into the water, and he didn't know who he was, I'm pretty sure it's in 2 Corinthians as well. I think it's verse 12. It talks about how my strength is made perfect in your weakness.
That was my verse during my trip.
My strength is made perfect in your weakness.
Yeah.
You know? What else is there? What else? What other things have we seen?
That's what I'm trying to.
2 Corinthians 12:8. You got this, girl. 2 Corinthians 12:8-10.
Just know that we may not have it together. We may be weak. We may, fall of this world. We may fall short. He already knows. He made you. He knows your shortcomings. He placed them in you. So his strength is made perfect in weakness. Are there any more references?
So I think we talked about everything.
I think
we talked about the main. The main personas.
The main personas. What was the overall message? I don't know.
I think it's just
so-called life.
Wait, whatever.
Circle of life.
Yeah,
and at the end of the day, we no matter how we try to run from our purpose, we somehow
come back to it.
It's like you.
And in a way, it's like I think in a way it's like if you could follow God earlier, just do it, because it's going to happen regardless. I feel like it's not something that you can actually run away from forever.
So basically, we're going to wrap it up. The story is about the circle of life.
Yeah, I guess the circle of life, and you're gonna fulfill your purpose. Whatever
whatever
happens.
Like
so
at the end of the day,
just get it together and do it.
You're gonna exactly at some point you're going to fulfill your purpose. You just at the end of it would come, you know. So just enjoy the process.
Enjoy the process.
Be patient, you know.
Yeah.
Let it mold you.
And just take a step of faith. Take a leap of faith because He will guide you no matter what. But the important thing is to have that faith in God and just
the
surrender.
Leap of faith is the hardest thing. You know, it's easy to say, and I'm very guilty, you know, in this situation. The leap of faith is the hardest thing. It's easy to say, but it's so hard to get out of your comfort zone, especially, you know, a place where you are sure about how things work and, you know, what the outcome would be. It is so hard to get out of that place and just take that leap and just be like, you know what, let me do this other thing. Let me just see how it goes.
Surrender everything.
Surrender
everything.
It's the hardest thing.
It's the hardest thing to do.
It is the hardest.
I'm not sure how to do it because it's just so hard.
Yeah.
You just got to keep taking it day by day.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Day by day.
So who could you say you relate to most out of all the characters?
I would say Nala.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
you're very feminine,
you know,
in a way.
You know, and she's at the end of the day, she's like a fighter, regardless of whatever it is. And like when I see something that I have to do or I have to change in my life, I would fight tooth and nail to do it, to get it done.
I was actually thinking about this the whole time.
You can be the Simba.
You can be Simba. You can be anybody.
No, I think I would see myself as Simba. The reason being is because I've always been very rebellious in life, just in general. So I've always tried to do the things my own way.
Yeah.
Like regardless of people telling me you should wait, you should do this, you should do that. Like I've always been like, I'll just try it and then we'll see. And it's always been negative.
Yeah.
Just like Simba.
It's good because then you like to get your own experience.
Yeah, because of that I've had a lot of experiences in different things. But also a lot of things didn't need to happen, you know. I think that sometimes when you just listen to the people around you, some things just don't need to happen. I can really relate to a story about you know, I guess like running away kind of from God because maybe you're ashamed of something or whatever. Well, he wasn't running away from God, he was running away from the people, but same thing. And then you're taking your time to come back and then coming back because God is calling you and people need you. And then eventually realizing who He is and never going back from that, you know, just once you realize who you are. It's kind of like he kind of became unstoppable, and I feel like that's kind of where I am. Not to say that I'm perfect or anything like that, but yeah, I'm at a stage of my life. No, I'm at a stage of my life where I know who I am. Yeah. And there's just no way I'm going back. So
absolutely.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah, I love that. I will just wrap it up and say I think we've all been every single character at one stage in our lives. I feel like I've definitely been a bad influence to myself and to others. I feel like I've definitely been a spiritual guide to someone that I may not know. I think we've all been at one of those stages. But I think all in all we're at a journey now since we've decided to give our lives to God, that we are at a place where we are confident in who we are, in who God made us to be. I am who He says I am. So I think ultimately we are confident.
Confident but stage in our lives.
Yeah, we've definitely been each and every single character. But if I were to say
even the toxic ones, by the way.
Even the toxic ones. But who do I resemble? If I were to say listen, my character. I'm Pumbaa. I am Pumbaa. How did you know?
Because the whole time I just knew it. Like, he's so funny, and then he's a
joke.
He's just real. He's like Paulina. Like Paulina is like this. Like she's just real. Like
I'm a joke.
Just the way it's like you think that she's making jokes, but it's actually her.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's even funnier.
Separately, actually, I would never say it at the same time, she tells them without meaning to be.
Yeah, she's just herself, but it's funny.
She's saying something, it's just like, I'm like,
but I don't
see the joke in this.
I just say it. No, to be honest with you.
Like, you could be sitting, you know how Puma makes the comments and stuff? Like, you could be sitting somewhere and listening to someone and Paulina will be like, you'll hear her in your ear, like making comments and stuff, and you're just like, I can't focus. Like I can't.
And I was just literally telling you before, like Pumbaa, he's not really that useful in a lot of situations. But at that end, like that, at some moments,
when he needs to be, and I've made it very clear to my friends, like I'm no longer that girl that just goes to the club with you. Like this is, I'm going in depth. This is I was telling Naomi, like I'm no longer the friend that just goes to the club with you. Like I am that annoying, that friend that is a bit anal, that friend that is like, oh my gosh, like this person is breaking my balls, but I'm literally your emergency contact. Like I know that if things were to go down, I'm the number one call. If not, that's fine, but I would love to be your number one call and emergency contact. That's why I'm in your life. I talked about the characters. I wanted to just do a debrief on the characters. Really, let's just talk about the people that we knew. For me, I wasn't really into the characters. I've watched Lion King, the animation normally, so I really like the movie. And I was just all about seeing it come to life. You know, that's all. But the one person I really like talking was Beyonce. Really? Because I feel like her voice is very calming. She has this, I think the first thing she said was like, go away, Zazu, or something. I can't remember what she said, but she has this very light voice that is, I just like it. I like it.
I don't necessarily agree. I don't necessarily like her. I don't like her accent. So
why? It's very country for you.
Yeah, I just don't like her accent.
I love Beyonce, but I felt like she could have been given the soundtrack.
Why?
I don't know. Like in my head, I kept relating Nala to Beyonce.
The soundtrack, I don't get it.
Like, I feel like Beyonce had creative direction of the soundtrack with Hans Zimmer.
Yeah, I know, but she
was in every.
She was there. Yeah, she was there.
But I feel like she
didn't like the.
I didn't want her to be Nala.
in the.
Yeah.
Well, why?
Meaning that I didn't want her to be Nala, but I like the
Beyonce.
I feel like after the first time she spoke, it went off my mind.
Oh no, because her voice, I feel like because it's Beyonce and because her voice is recognizable.
Yeah, I feel
like it's country voice, and she was trying to announce it, but you could still hear her.
Yeah, I liked it. She was
Beyonce.
Like, pride, come back, pride. Remember, Pride Land was our Pride Land.
You see? I feel like Beyonce should have been given creative direction.
No, but I liked it.
Alongside Hans with the soundtrack and it ended there.
I liked it. For me, it was. I didn't see anything.
See, Childish Gambino, maybe he doesn't have such a distinctive voice. I really enjoyed Timon and Pumbaa. I liked how the fact that Mufasa was the same guy.
I know. I feel like that guy's voice cannot be replaced.
Or never.
That voice is
never. You'll never be able to replace, what's his name? Replace Earl.
Something Earl.
Yeah,
James.
something Earl James.
James.
What would you rate it at the end of the day?
Honestly, I would rate it at 8. Like, I really liked it. I would even rate it at like a 9. Like, I actually really liked it. It was a good movie. The direction of it was good. Yeah. The animals looked surreal. Like, it was really good. And they didn't change the scenario. They didn't try to add things and like confuse you about what you knew about your childhood. So I feel like it was just great.
Absolutely.
You know, for me, I like the movie. I'm not to be a hater, but I don't really get the point of it. Why was it done again?
Because it was the 25th anniversary, but really it didn't.
There's really no point. It didn't. I love the classic. Like, I love the classic.
That was going to be my next.
That would have been, you know, something I would have shown my kids. Not, I would still do it anyway. But like, you know, let it continue that way. I didn't get the point of the new. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Did they need to make a new one? No. No. But are we glad they did?
I love the classic. Yeah. You know, they will not. I've watched that thing like so many times.
I think that's my favorite cartoon. I don't really do that, but that's my favorite cartoon.
It's my favorite.
No, it's not my favorite.
Who's your favorite?
Pocahontas.
I like Pocahontas, but
I mean, we know who she is, but
she was my girl.
Can I just extend it and ask what we're thinking of Ariel, the new cut?
Love it!
Okay, so for those who don't know, let me just give them context.
Chloe is
while we're here. Chloe and Halle, who were prodigy. Is that what you say? Prodigy of Beyonce. I guess it's a good transition. Chloe, Halle had just been casted as
Ariel.
The
Little Mermaid.
The Little Mermaid, and I just want to know what your thoughts.
It was a big backlash on it because people were like, "Oh, she's black, whatever."
But I
think it's great.
But is she just going to be the voice? Because Beyonce was Nala, but Nala was still a lion.
Yeah.
No, I think it's gonna be
what the difference is that Lion King was
animals.
Is Ariel going to now be
Ariel, there was like a real,
because Ariel and the little mermaid is human beings.
There were human beings there, and then the mermaid and the rest of it.
Can I give you my honest opinion?
Yes.
I know you love it. I think it's great.
Yeah.
But I feel like you need to create. There was a black princess created as a black princess. Ariel was created as a white mermaid. Why are we reinventing?
Yeah, just like Pocahontas.
It was created at a time where black people were not on TV.
As was Ariel.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
So why?
And even Ariel, it was created. All these dishes were created at a time where black people were not on TV. Now times have changed, so we have to actualize it. And I agree with it because I feel like first of all, don't forget that we grew up looking at white Disney things, right? So no, it creates that you believe it or not, it has created something in our heads. Yeah. I think absolutely that they should change that, and if they have to change the anime, do that. Okay. But the fact that there's a black person, no, I don't think it's wrong. I think it's right. I think they should do it more, and I think that they know that black people bring a lot of money to their thing, and that's why they do it.
I hear you, but
now that point she made, sometimes it makes me wonder: do these people actually do these movies to, celebrate African?
No, they couldn't care less.
Celebrate African community and include blacks, or do they do it because they know that the moment they put it out there, it brings a lot of revenue?
That's why they do it.
It brings,
But who cares? But they're still promoting us.
Can I just say this?
But I mean, sometimes I do care about the idea.
No, because asking white people to care about black people is really dumb. Like, honestly.
Can I just say something?
You know what I mean? It won't happen. Like, it will never happen that they care.
We live in this world, okay?
I get what you
mean. Me being put into this world.
I'm just saying, like, sometimes it's just like, I don't want to deviate so much, but like, when I'm getting hired for a job,
when
I'm getting hired for a job, I don't want to get hired based on, you know what, I'm trying to fill in a spot because I need a female badly, or I need a black person badly to make my group diverse. I want to actually be hired because I have something to offer, and you really need me for my skills and my talent and stuff like that. Not just because that brings you a certain gives you the attention that you need to promote your movie, because then once the African community is in it, it's like, oh my god, definitely, whether the movie is trash or not, everybody would go.
I get it, but I feel like that's a kind of idealism. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
That's also saying, I wish white people would stop thinking, white cops would stop thinking that black men are dangerous. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of idealism. It's not going to happen, at least not like anytime soon. You know what I mean? To think that actually there's going to be people hiring us because we're just talented and not because...
Yeah, but I mean...
It can happen.
I mean, it would happen, but it can happen, but I don't have to be okay with it,
Yeah, you don't have to be okay with it.
I'm just going to be like, I don't like that.
Yeah, you can. And I think it's good not to be okay with it, because why should we be okay with it?
Yeah.
But I also don't think you should expect... You know what I mean? Don't expect people to do that, because as of now, it's not the reality of the world, and it would be kind of disappointing for you, to go out there and be like, well, I hope they're gonna take me because I'm just smart, and it's like, well, maybe they won't do that. Maybe they'll take you just because they need a black woman in their thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
and I think it is sad, and I think you should be revolted, but also just be aware.
Of course, but it wouldn't mean that I wouldn't stop pushing that fact that, you know what, take it for the right reasons. And anytime I have an opportunity to talk about it, I would express. I wouldn't just be like, okay, that brings revenue.
Yeah.
Paulina really wants to say something.
No, I was just
you were
pressing that
exclamation,
point. Yeah, exclamation that point.
Okay. So it wouldn't. Every time I have an opportunity to talk about it, I would voice my opinion. I'd be like, you know what, I'm not okay with that.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'll end it with this, and maybe this will be a separate conversation.
Yeah,
this is going to be the start of, I think, conversations. I don't know what we'll call it, but we'll give it a name. But I think
series.
One thing that I want to a conversation series, absolutely.
That is the reality in which we live. I didn't say that it's right that they think like that. I just said that is the reality in which we live. I'm just saying that don't go out in the world thinking they should take me because of this. Just go out in the world knowing it's not good that they do this, but I'm aware that it's probably gonna happen like that.
If I go back to the initial question that I posed to you is, what do we think of Ariel now being cast as a black person?
Yeah.
I do not, in order for me to have a seat at the table, it does not require me having to replace another somebody else. You know,
it shouldn't. I'm just more, I would say, I'm not.
No, I get what she's
saying.
No, she's
Halle deserves her own narrative.
Yeah, that's the thing.
She does. But I'm more of a realist, right?
She does actually.
So in my no, I'm not saying that you're not real, but you're gonna kind of more in the idealism of the world, and I'm more no, but it's not an insult, by the way.
Yeah,
it's very good. Okay, I'm just more.
I hear you. I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm just more. Yeah, and I agree with you guys too, by the way. I'm just saying I get it, and I'm
where
here.
We're at.
Yeah, you guys are here, and it's great. But the world is here, and I'm just seeing it from here. I'm just like, yeah, well.
Yeah, but
I get you guys.
Why do we have a black princess?
We're gonna go there and pull the world up, like. You know,
why can't we have a black princess if we're just gonna recast the white one? Like, why couldn't we create another black princess?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
why did we have to become Ariel?
Go back to the drawing board to have do. Okay, you know what? Let's do an animation and just like go back to the drawing board.
That's a good one.
Yeah, like let's go back to the drawing board.
Do so, now that you use, those coordinating, you should know all about that. What do they use?
Okay. Go back there, start fresh, make our own thing. The way you did it for the Indian princess, Pocahontas, the white princess, like for everybody, give them
and
their
then
own.
create a movie about it.
And then create
they were so lazy
to include we Africans in the black community. So you know what? Let me just put her, just drop her there too.
They were so lazy.
It's still good though because we still get publicity.
They just wanted to paint
like
the skin tone of a pre-existing character black. That's not our identity. I don't know one black mermaid.
Because they haven't given us one. Now they're giving us one.
I don't know any mermaid.
So if you had a child today, you wouldn't want her to go into that black mermaid?
No.
Why not? Yeah, your daughter today, you don't want her to go and see black. So you don't want her to be able to think that she could be a black.
No, but I could go and show her the princess that was made black. I could go show her Mona, who's the one that.
But maybe she wouldn't be that.
Rihanna was a black young girl.
Maybe she wouldn't be that.
I could go buy her a black baby. I can go and tell her to talk to my mother.
Yeah.
I can go tell her about my grandmother. I can go tell her about you. I can go tell her about you.
Babe, at 2 years old,
we can watch the Lion King.
To watch, to hear your mom talk about her stories. At 2 years old, kids want to watch animes and chill.
You start them young.
And we can watch Ariel as Ariel. I don't want to watch Ariel as reincarnated.
But she doesn't know that she's reincarnated.
She
just knows that, oh my god.
You know that that's a classic animation.
Yeah, I get it, but she doesn't know that. A 2-year-old kid doesn't know.
Let's rewrite everyone for the black crowd. Tinkerbell will be black and declare it. Rapunzel will be black and declare it. Who else?
Let's get it.
Sleeping Beauty will be black and declare it. They may as well.
Yeah.
If they're going to do that, make every single one of them black. And we will buy the DVDs.
Yeah, let's get it. You think they're gonna make a whole anime they're gonna recreate a whole anime for black?
That's why I say go back to the drawing board. Get your words out.
I do.
They're just painting the skin tone. Very minimal areas.
No, but I'm happy for her though. I'm not totally against it because I'm happy for her. She's still Chloe and Halle still. Halle or Halle?
How's Chloe feeling though? I want to know how she's feeling.
I don't know. They're twins, so it's cool. They can come together and be like, I did that too. It's just
yeah, right. Chloe and Halle.
They're not twins, by the way. They're not twins.
They're not twins?
No.
One's older. One's older.
Yeah, one's older.
But it looks so old.
Yeah, I know it's crazy. But actually, when you look at it, it's one's older.
Really? Yeah. I haven't really looked at them.
No, because I thought they were twins.
I just assumed they're twins.
Yeah, and then one was happy birthday to the other, and I was I clicked on the other, and it's she wasn't, she wasn't wishing happy birthday. Yeah. That's how I figured it out.
Oh yeah. But
they could have told us, because they know we call them the twins, so it's just tell us.
You know what I mean?
But I'm glad for her career.
Yeah, exactly. I'm happy for it.
Do you think
I'm happy that what?
Do you think that her now having this individual success will now separate them to do a solo career?
Unless they don't have a good education.
They're quite young. No, separate education.
Yeah, if they don't have a good education, if they weren't taught about their parents, it will separate them. but if they were 12, well, they would not separate them. You look at Serena Williams.
Destiny's Child.
We can't.
You look at the Williams sisters, they were not
Serena.
They're very close until
they're still close.
Yeah, but Serena is.
But they're professional.
Venus is kind of
they're separated. Sorry. You know.
Yeah,
professionally separate.
Yeah. Oh wait, are you talking about
professionally?
Professionally.
No,
Like
I thought it was
separated. This was like professionally.
I thought it was like jealousy or
no, professionally.
Oh my bad.
Professionally,
I think they will separate.
They might, calling it.
But it's not always bad.
They're young.
Sometimes you have to have your own
individuality. It's important. It's not like
if they want, like there's
Beyonce went to Beyonce.
No, but still, they still doing the thing.
So bad. Her name is Beyonce.
Her name is Beyonce.
Beyonce. She has an accent on top.
It's not Beyonce. Her legal name is Beyonce.
Like ambiance.
with no R. I think it's an I, Beyonce. I don't be.
Don't be doing this to put me. Come on.
You're gonna get attacked by them.
You're gonna get
tired of me. Come to my YouTube page.
So we can go on shade room and then we can be popular.
It's going to
let's get it.
Like me.
Beyonce.
No, but
because Beyonce's name is, it's like Beyonce Giselle Knowles. And even her mom's name is
Beyonce.
Tina.
Your name can be whatever you want.
Everyone. But anyway, let's wrap this up. It's like what time is it?
It's almost 3 a.m.
You're right.
We are delirious. I'm trying to stay up.
It's 3 a.m. We gotta go. I've loved having you both here. It's been so amazing because we were just teasing it and then finally we just decided to do it. Guys, like, subscribe, share, get your girl's name out there. Look out for these two in the future. And if you really enjoyed this conversation, you want to see more, let us know.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear from you. So,
bye.
Bye.
Packs on the